All right, welcome to tonight's call, Virginia, Trinidad, Serbia, wow, Australia, wow, AZ baby, AZ baby, yes, Boston, more Virginia, Miami, Toronto, Canada, Dallas, Chicago, Spain, Jersey, India, Fresno, California, Orlando, Barbados, Jamaica, New Jersey, Wakanda, Wakanda, Tulsa, London, New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, Myrtle Beach, Wisconsin, Vegas, Hawaii, Hong Kong. Let's go. Cali, let's go. All right, guys, 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, 30 more seconds. Woo! Detroit versus everybody. Let's go. Trinidad. All right, guys, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Hope y'all are feeling good tonight. I'm Mark and Fly family. Man, we're pumped up and fired up tonight because we're on the brink of doing something very, very, very special. Big time, big time. And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2. 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's 7-figure mentorship call. I'm going to be your host and one of your educators. My name is Alex Morton. I am blessed and fortunate to be your executive vice president of the greatest company on planet Earth. You knew I was going to say that again. I Market Live. I'll tell you what, first got to give it up. Let's give some props up to Mr. Christopher Terry and Isis Delatorre and Ivana Monica Tapia, Vice President of Sales. Let's hit with the 555 and show some love to your CEO, your CFO, and your VP of Sales. 555, 555, Cinco, 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 Cinco. It's been like a 10 coffee day today, so we're going to get into it tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super pumped up and excited to be here. Tomorrow, I go back on tour. I'm going to Honduras tomorrow, then Costa Rica, then Quito, Ecuador, then Columbus, Ohio, and then 6 cities in Mexico. So I'm not on these calls too frequently because I'm usually on planes or boarding a plane or getting off of a plane. But when I'm home, I love to come on here and just say hi to everybody and give you guys some insight to what's going on right now and really how to take your business from here to here. Obviously, we're so excited right now because we are now less than 90 days away. Less than 90 days away from IML Soars happening in this backyard right here. Miami, Florida, IML Soars event. And I'll tell you what, it's an international convention. International convention. What does that mean? That means people are going to be coming from all areas of the globe. Canada, Mexico, obviously the United States of America, all over Africa, Europe, South America, Central America. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal event. You know, hit 111 if you are committed to being in Miami, Florida, September 14th through 16th. Man, I'll tell you what, you know, I've been in the industry of network marketing now. It will be 8 full years. In February 11, 2019, I got involved in this industry at 21 years old. And, you know, I was fortunate to be around a lot of great environments, great mentors early on. And, you know, I've definitely, you know, done well, you know, in the industry. And I'll tell you what, I've never been this excited, this convicted, this passionate, this enthusiastic ever in my career because of what's happening right now around the globe, around the world. This is a worldwide movement. This is not just a company. This is not just a big organization. This has turned into an IML family around the globe. And we have so many amazing leaders around the world. Let's really quick show some love to all the Chairman 10s, all the Chairman 25s, all the Chairman 100s, 250s, and the Chairman 500s. Guys, let's hit them with some 222. 222. If you love your chairman leaders, you know who they are. There's 130 of them. I can't read them all right now off of the list, but I'll tell you what, the Chairman 500, Jason Brown, Matthew Rosa, David and Chanel and Maniti. I mean, we have unbelievable leadership here in iMarkets Live. So I'm going to get right into it because Jason and I are splitting this call tonight. So we're not each going to sit here for, an hour and a half and, give you guys nuggets and tips and certain things like that. So I'm going to get right into it. Like I said, I got in the industry at 21 years old, no income claim. I was very fortunate and blessed to knock out my first seven-figure earnings income by 24 years old, predominantly doing that while I was in college. And I always try to go back. I always try to take myself back to 2012, 2013, 2014 and get myself back in that, state of mind, because obviously that state of mind is a little bit different than the current state of mind, as the executive vice president. And I'm like, listen, it's a seven-figure mentorship call. This is where the champions, this is where the winners, this is where, the movers and the shakers in the next wave of leaders get on this call. I've been talking to people all week in Detroit, in Atlanta, in Arizona. I was with Christopher Derrick earlier today with Matthew Rosa over here on this couch right over here. And he's like, man, AZ, it's just blowing up. You cannot even imagine. I know New York's on fire, Florida's on fire. I mean, there's so many markets all over the world. We're going to have a brand new Chairman 50 coming out of Central America in the next 48 hours, pumped up about that. So, guys, IML, we are alive, we are well, and we are growing like a wildfire, and we're getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Yes, we have a few challenges here, a few challenges there, as of every company does that experiences, explosive growth. But right now, guys, we are now 90 days, less than 90 days away from IML Source. So I was sitting here tonight, and I'm like, what can I say tonight, to give over 1,000 people now? Amazing job in promoting this call. Some info, right? Seven-figure mentorship call. When I thought back to an audio/video I saw in 2012. In 2012, I made $113,000 in 2012. And I thought about 2012 and I said, man, what changed from 2011 to 2012? Because 2011, I made 16 grand. I was a junior at Arizona State University. Obviously, I wasn't taking it that serious. I was more focused on the partying and the opposite sex and doing things I really shouldn't have been doing. But I was, 22 years old. And I said, man, what happened between 13 grand in a year to $116,000 in a year? And I date back to one specific audio. I actually did this call probably 20 or so months ago. This is my 24th month in iMarkets Live. I know we have a lot of newer people on the line. Just to give you guys kind of a rundown, and what has transpired in the last 2 years in this company. Ladies and gentlemen, we've gone from 1,200 customers to now approaching, I believe, over 80,000 customers, over 90%. These are real numbers, by the way. I've seen the numbers. Christopher Terry was over for dinner in the Vegas home last week, and he's like, man, we have like 90% customers in iMarkets Live. I'm like, there's no way we have not. He's like, we have 90% customers in iMarkets Live. I'm like, man, that is like the greatest news I've heard, in the last 15 years of my life, because that means we have so many people using the products, using the services, getting on IML TV, going through IML Academy, utilizing the harmonic scanner, web analyzer scanner, swipe trades. My favorite products are obviously IML TV and obviously IML Academy, because that's what we are. We are an educational company. We're just giving people the knowledge they need to learn how to become proficient traders and give them an advantage in this very competitive marketplace that we call foreign exchange. So I was thinking about this audio, and I remember coming across an audio called 7 Habits of Seven-Figure Earners, and I'm like, that's it. Tonight's call, usually I could do 2 hours on this specific training. Tonight I don't have 2 hours because, Big Jason Brown's gonna walk in that door, any minute, and I'm gonna give him half of the time on this call. But I'll tell you what, you need to be taking notes. You need to be taking notes. You need to be writing things down. I am not your boss. I am not your manager. I'm not anything to you. I'm a friend to you. And if you can learn something from me, then, maybe I'll be a mentor to you, but I cannot force you to take notes. I cannot sit there and beam to Tempe, Arizona, or beam to Detroit, Michigan, or beam to Hong Kong, or beam to Taiwan, or, beam to wherever I'm beaming to, all right? And force you to take notes. However, I can tell you this, big earners are big note takers. Big earners are big note takers. When I was coming up in this industry, I would always have a pen and paper, man, notebook after notebook after notebook. I would have cramps. I would have cramps in my hand by the end of these events, by the end of these calls. I remember getting on these, millionaire mentorship calls and just frantically boom, 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 boom. And I tend to talk, kind of fast because I'm Armenian and that's how we talk, right? So I'm going to be talking fast tonight, but I'm going to give you guys 7 habits of 7-figure earners. This is good news for you. Whether you're white, whether you're brown, whether you're black, whether you're purple, whether you're yellow, whether you speak English or Spanish or Portuguese or something else, all right, or German, whatever you speak in, you're a human being. You are a human being. You are God's highest form of creation. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't forget this. It's Sunday, right? Let's give it up to God really quick. God's grace, God's hand is on this company. He is guiding this ship. So let's hit 777 and give it up to God, real quick. And I'm not afraid to say that. For the first time in my network marketing career, we can actually say the word God and, not get shunned off of the stage. So I love that. Because of this company, I've definitely grown closer to God. And I know the top leaders in this company feel the same way. Matthew Rosa told me today, he said, man, I've grown so much more spiritually connected because of iMarkets Live. It helps to have preachers and pastors in the company like Dr. China and Dr. Jewel get up there and do their thing. David and Chanel, do their thing. Dr. Speller, I believe, is like a legitimate, real pastor as well. So it's just super cool. So 777, let's give it up to God, because as long as we keep God first, we cannot fail. We cannot lose. We will continue to bless the lives of people all over the planet. So rock and roll. Here we go. 7 habits of 7-figure earners. Number 1, 7-figure earners, chairmans, right? Chairmans. They set specific goals. Somebody else just logged on. That's totally cool. If you can just mute out, that'd be great. 7-figure earners, chairmans in iMarkets Live, they set specific goals. In fact, all the winners, all the champions, all the people like Lawrence and Tamara Young, all the people like Rashard and Adeze Duncan, all the people like Mr. Mark Sterling, all of the people like Dr. and Teresa and Raphael Speller. I don't want to start dropping names like crazy, because then I got to think of 130 names, but I'm just saying names out loud. Gary Kurt McSween, Dr. Luke Pomina. They set goals. They set specific goals. Specific. I've set specific goals my entire career. I didn't set goals in high school, and my grades were terrible. I didn't set goals on the football field. I was halfway decent. I started senior year. I was the captain of the football team because I could speak loud in a huddle, not because I was, scoring touchdowns. You get what I'm saying here? So 7-figure earners, they set specific goals. How do they set them? They write them down. Pen, paper, boom, write it down. Chad Thompson writes them down. Justin Owens writes them down. Austin Ghazi writes them down. Aurelia Moran writes them down. Brandon Boyd writes them down. Kevin Jones writes them down. What should you be doing? Write your goals down. Specific goals. I want you to think of a goal that you're going to smash out of the park by September 14th. IMO Source event. All of you are going. All of you are bringing 5 deep, 10 deep, 50 deep, because you're a winner and you're preparing for the good you desire. Well, Alex, why should I buy 50 tickets? I don't have that money right now. Because you're preparing for the good you desire. That's why. You're buying 50, because if you buy 50 tickets, you're going to go find 50 people to get their rear ends to Miami, Florida. That makes sense? And if you're in the USA, ladies and gentlemen, you have no excuses. What do I mean by that? You have no excuses. We have people committed from Queensland, Australia. We have people committed from Amsterdam, Netherlands. We have people committed from Bruges, Belgium. They're going to fly 9, 10 hours, 15 hours to Miami, Florida. You can get your butt from Detroit or Atlanta or New York or Arizona or Vegas. You can get to, guess what? Miami, Florida. So number 1, they set specific goals. In fact, we can't live without goals. I can't breathe if I don't have goals that I'm chasing on a daily basis. Do I hit every goal I set? Absolutely not. Do I strive for every goal I set? Absolutely. Does it matter? No, because you're continually working and working and working and working and working and working. I told you he's going to walk in at any moment, right? Chairmen set specific goals. Dr. Jewel, Dr. Tana, they set specific goals. Number 2, I told you I'm going to do an hour training in 25 minutes because I'm going to let Mr. Chairman 500 sit down and give you guys the goods. Number 2, Chairman 50s, Chairman 100s, right? The Julian Cushers of the world, the Nick Gomez's of the world, the Mark Sterlings, of the world, right? What do? They have a strong teachability index, all right? And to have a strong teachability index, you have to be humble, right? Some of you younger people on here, it's cool. You know, I was young, making crazy money also, spending crazy money also, getting a check for $5 grand, going straight to Gucci, spending 7. I understand it. I'm telling you, you probably shouldn't do those things, but you're going to do it whether I tell you to or not, because I did it and you learn from it. All right, you learn from it. Yeah, Justin Sayani says facts. Perfect example, right? So they're humble. They know they don't know everything. Ladies and gentlemen, I know what I've done in the industry in 7 years. I know where I stand. I always look to learn more, to grow more. I invest hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was with one of my mentors a couple of days ago in Vegas. Eric Wardy, a lot of you know him. I showed up with pen and paper. Why? So I could learn from a guy who's done it. He's made 8 figures like 3 or 4 times. So number 2, they have a strong teachability index, all right? Number 3, chairmans, 7-figure earners. They have a strong positive mental attitude. They have a strong positive mental attitude. What exactly does that mean? That means they're always positive. They understand the seeker. They understand the laws of attraction. They understand whatever energy they give out, they're going to get back times 5, times 10, times 20. They understand that. They spill hot coffee on their lap and it doesn't ruin their day, their whole day. They spill hot coffee on their lap and it burns and it feels like doo-doo for 15 seconds and then they continually have a great day. Let's transfer that to iMarcus Live. When someone tells you no, does it ruin your month? Does it ruin your week? No. They say no, you say next. They say no, you say next. They say no. What do you say? Next. That's it. Fall in love with numbers. Fall in love with the comfort of numbers. I got baseball on right here. I don't know why it's on. My dad was over earlier, ESPN. I don't watch baseball. I'll go to a baseball game. I'm not going to sit here and probably watch any baseball unless it's, you know, Drake playing baseball against like Justin Bieber, which is not happening, so I don't watch baseball, right? But over here, these guys get paid $3 to $5 million a year, and they strike out 7 out of 10 times. Strike out, hit. Here's $3 million. Here's $5 million. You're a New York Yankee, right? You're a Houston Astro. Here's a Nike contract. So if you get told no 6 or 7 or 8 times, that's okay. When I got started at 21 years old, all my friends said no. Everybody laughed at me. I'd go to a college party with my little bag of my products that I was in that company, and they'd be like, oh, here comes the Verve kid, right? Here comes the Verve kid. Alex is going to sell us on this, this pyramid thing, right? Oh, yeah, he's going to be a millionaire, right? I got hit with the same negativity as you're getting hit with right now. Dr. China gets hit with it as well. Brandon Boyd gets hit with it, as well. Kevin Jones gets hit with it as well. That's okay. You got to keep on keeping on. That's it. So number 1, set specific goals. Number 2, strong teachability index, personal development. What's on my kitchen table over here? Probably covered in fruit flies because we had a little bug problem this past weekend. I've got Think and Grow Rich, right? Think and Grow Rich. It doesn't say work hard and grow rich. I used to think that. It's not. Think and Grow Rich. What do I do with the book? Well, I take my 2 hands that God gave me, and then I open the book, and then I read with my eyes, and then I think about it, and I read. Right? What's holding you back? What's causing failures in your life, right? The burning desire is the starting point of all achievement. This right here is worth more than your 18 business degrees from 18 different universities. I'm just keeping it real tonight, guys. So number 2, strong teachability index. Number 3, strong positive mental attitude. They say no, you say next. You know why? Because you have bulletproof skin. You have rhino skin. If someone says no, you don't care. You keep moving and moving and moving, right? I've been chewed up and spit out my whole entire career by different press releases, guys. I got written up in the Rolling Stone magazine. That thing went national in every airport in the country, and I had a picture of myself in the dang article. I didn't care. I framed it. Why? Because I don't care. Because I knew where I was going. Do you know where you're going? Do you know how many people you're going to get to that event in Miami, Florida at IML Swords? Are you going to get a blue chairman jacket and look all nice on stage? You ladies, we're putting that jacket on you too. I want to see more ladies stepping up and stepping out. and kicking butt. I know we got brand new P5000. We got Carolina Cruz P5000. We got Sarah Waldrop P5000. We got Miss Paige Gilbert P5000. We need more women up here, smacking this thing hard and getting to Chairman 10. Why not? Why not? It's easier for you to get people to show up to a meeting than it is for me and Jason. Let's just keep it real, right? So number 3, strong, positive mental attitude. Number 4, probably my personal favorite, they got strong work ethics. They got strong work ethics. What does that mean? I think that's self-explanatory. You got to work hard. It says work in our industry title, network marketing. You got to work. I work hard. Jason he works hard. Matt Rosa works hard. We were working all day on this couch. He was working at his condo. I'm working in my house. I'm simultaneously packing up my suitcase to fly tomorrow at 9 a.m. to Honduras. It's not packed up. I got to move out of my house, but I've been doing calls all day, so I got stuff everywhere. It's just me up in here. You know what I'm saying? So you got to work hard. You got to set a schedule, right? You got to plan your work, and then you got to work your plan. Some of you wake up in Querétaro, Mexico. Some of you wake up in Bogota, Colombia. Some of you wake up in Bruges, Belgium. Some of you wake up in Paris, France, and you say, today, I'm going to do iMarcus Live. What does that mean? You can't just get on Facebook. You're not building I'm just on Facebook. I'm working right now. You're not working. You know how you know when you're working? When you produce a result. I'm not here just to be your friend. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear so you can go Chairman 10. One more time. Hit 444 if you've decided to go Chairman 10 by Miami, September 14, 15, 16. I love it. 444. I can't even read the names. They're coming in so fast, guys. Joey Wilson, Matthew Thayer, they made a decision. They went Chairman 10. So can you. Why not? Justin Sayani. He's like young. He looks like he's 17 years old. Kid went Chairman 10. Gustavo, Chairman 10. Guys, it's happening all around you right now, right? It doesn't matter language, color, race, sex, gender, creed, religion, political view. It doesn't matter, right? It's IML. We're equal opportunity for equal opportunity people, which is everybody because you're a human being. Ladies and gentlemen, number 5. I'm starting to sweat over here. Not good. I got to go to dinner after this. Number 5, strong people and leadership skills. Strong people and leadership skills. What does that mean? That means you got to be good with people. And guys, this is probably the 8-figure like little nugget I'm going to just slide in there. This is it right here. You have to have a pleasing personality. Pleasing personality. Some of you say, well, what's that have to do with iMarcus Live and going Chairman 10? Do people like to be around you? Do they enjoy seeing, do you build up other people? Do you build up other people? Do you put belief into the lives of other people? Listen, it's tough to believe. It's tough to believe. That's why David teaches the science of believing, and it's like a strenuous process because it's not just like, okay, I believe. It takes time. It was tough for me to believe at 21 when I was broke as a joke, everybody laughing in my face, including my professors in college, and I'm telling them I'm doing this, this, and this. And they're saying, you're not doing any of that, right? Can you stay positive, right? Can you believe in the lives of other people? I had to have somebody believe in me. And even though we don't talk anymore, I had a 25-year-old making $40,000 a month believe in me when I was broke as a joke. And because he believed in me, I was going nuts. I just ran with it. I just figured it out, right? So you got to believe in people. You can't force people to follow you. Just because you're Chairman 100 doesn't mean people are going to follow you. Just because you're a vice president doesn't mean people are going to follow you. This is why people follow you. Listen up. For your notes, listen up. Okay? Previous results, right? What have you done in the last 12, 24, 36 months, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years? Some of you, nothing, and that doesn't matter. So it doesn't apply to you, right? But what have you done previously? Number 2, current results. More important than previous results. Current results. What have you done? What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? What is your results? What is your work ethic, right? What does your schedule look like right now? Number 3, most important, integrity. Integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, 24 months ago, I know a lot of people on here are new, so you haven't heard this stuff. 24 months ago, Jason Brown reached out to me about iMarcus Live. At the time, he was making $10,000 a month with Matthew Rosa, right? He was in my previous company. I was making $80,000 a month. He wasn't even making, a couple grand a month. But you know why I listened and I was open? Because I told everybody to kick rocks. Why did I listen to Jason Brown? Because integrity. I said, man, I've known this guy for 5, 6 years. I've never really heard anything negative or bad. He's never thrown shade or hated or anything. Every time we've talked over the years, it's just been like friendly. What's up, man? You know, thanks for everything. Like, hope you're doing well. Like, you know, that's it. So I'm like, okay, he has good integrity, right? You got to have good integrity, guys. Integrity means so much in so many areas of this business. You got to keep, what's integrity? People say, what's integrity? Integrity means keeping your word and being positive and just go giving love. I love what Julian Kushner says. He's like, team love. That's what Diddy says. Team love. Just throw love out there. Just throw love out there. I was with a guy 3 nights ago. I helped him make over 400. That's a lie. I helped him make over $300,000 in 4 years in my first company. He says, I'm going to get back in network marketing, Alex. I said, awesome. He said, but I'm not joining IML. I said, great. That's awesome. Amazing. I hope you kill it. Right? I'm just giving love. Why? Even though I maybe want to smack the, something out of him, why do I not do that? Because I understand the universe. I understand whatever you give, you get back. So if I'm negative, if I'm a little hater or a little idiot, I'm going to get more of that back right onto my dinner plate. And I don't want to eat that for dinner. I want to eat love for dinner because love tastes a whole lot better than hate and negativity. All right. So we're going to move fast here, ladies and gentlemen. Number 6, chairman's. Here's the deal. They have strong personal development regimens. I already talked about it, guys. I already talked about it, right? Books, audios, videos. People are texting me right now. For your notes. Here's the deal. This is what we got to do for your notes, right? The magic of thinking big. Number 1. Number 2, think and grow rich, right? Number 3, my first year in network marketing. I'm going to say that again. My first year in network marketing by Jim Rohn. The magic of thinking big. U Squared by Price Pritchett. John C. Maxwell, Bob Proctor, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, anything that's Earl Nightingale, anything that's going to make you feel good, right? The secret is feeling good, right? When? Now. That's the secret. People say, well, what's the secret? The secret is feeling. The secret is feeling. You have to feel as if you're in the mansion in Miami. You got to feel as if you have a Rolls Royce outside. You have to feel even though when you're delivering Chinese food 4 years ago and your name's Jason Brown and you're 6'3", you're feeling as if you're at the top of a comp plan. You have to feel it now. Where you are doesn't matter. It's only important about where you're going. And last but not least, guys, chairman's, right? 7-figure earners, ladies and gentlemen. They have strong money blueprints. This is very important because all the money I made in my first company, I nearly spent every dang penny, all right? Because no one taught me this. I listened to this, but I didn't really take it into heart because I didn't do that, right? And like a lot of you, I'm just running a Gucci and buying flip-flops all the time. And then I can barely pay rent. It's not what you really should be doing, all right? Strong money blueprint. Here you go. 10% of the money goes to you. You want to go to Gucci, go to Gucci. You want to go rent an S550, go rent an S550. You want to go buy 16 iPhone X's or 10s or whatever they're selling these days, right? Go do that. 10% of your check, do whatever you want. Take that pretty girl to dinner, take that nice guy to dinner, do whatever you want. You want to be a boss and pay for dinner for your man, whatever you want to go do, all right? Whatever you want to go do, right? 10% goes to you, man. I'm sweating big time now. Number 2, 10% goes to charity. 10% goes to charity. Whatever you want to do with that. Church, temple, synagogue. You want to I started up a scholarship foundation for my old high school. That was pretty cool, right? So 10% to charity, all right? I'm going to run through this again, all right? Living expenses, no more than 25%. I wish someone told me this, man. I wish someone told me this. I went out and leased a BMW 6 Series M Sport brand new car, which is a ding-dong move, when I really couldn't really afford that. And I was paying $2,000 a month for a vehicle that I never drove. It just sat in my parents' garage because I was always touring. And I was eating $2,000 a month for 3 years like a ding-dong. Don't be a ding-dong, all right? So you 10%. 10% to charity, 25% or less living expenses, rent, food. Some of y'all like Whole Foods. I like Whole Foods. Some of you guys like Haas avocados. I like Haas avocados. They're a little bit more expensive, so make sure you budget in the avocado payments every week at Whole Foods, all right? Number 4, investing back into your business, okay? The notes I took tonight, it says 15%, but, for me, it's way more than that, but we'll just start at 15%. As you grow your business, you'll be giving more and more and more into that, right? Tours, whatnot, team dinners. Oh, my gosh, you don't even know. Going out and having fun and, popping bottles, drinking water bottles in the club with sparklers, all right? All these things tickets into IML stores, right? 15%, all right? 25% taxes. I can't just write that down and just star that. Just star that. Taxes 25%, and then investing into your own investments, whether that's stocks or buying crypto and holding it. I'm not going to recommend these things because I don't think I'm even allowed to do that. So anyway, you 10%, charity 10%, living expenses 25%, investing back into building your iMarkets Live empire, minimum 15%, taxes 25%, and invest somewhere into good stuff. If you want some good ideas, you can come to me or any of the chairman hundreds and above. I'm sure that they're very knowledgeable on where to put some money, or the Yoda, Mr. Christopher Terry. He's got a little bit of insight on that. So anyway, guys, those are the 7 habits of 7-figure earners. Lots of people are asking questions. I'm sorry, I don't have too much time for those tonight. However, set specific goals. Strong teachability index, strong positive mental attitude, strong work ethic, strong people and leadership skills, strong personal development regimen, strong money blueprint, the books, The Magic of Thinking Big, U Squared by Price Pritchett, Think and Grow Rich, obviously Napoleon Hill, that's the GOAT. And get on audios and videos on YouTube. You know, they're free. So guys, I'm pumped up and excited. This call is absolutely packed out, super packed out, super fired up about that. I'm going to introduce to you the next speaker tonight. Man, I got that done pretty fast here, so that's good. So here's the deal. I'm going to introduce to you the next speaker tonight. He doesn't need any introduction. He was the person I was talking about that was delivering Chinese food. General Tso's chicken, a little house lo mein with extra shrimp 4 years ago, and now he is not delivering Chinese food. In fact, he can order all of your Chinese food tonight and pay for it and not even blink an eye. He's chairman, 500, one of my closest friends, somebody that I consider an absolute brother. So give it up to Jason Brown. Chinese food for everybody. Appreciate you, bro. Guys, wow. You know, it's incredible the amount of value and the opportunity that we have being able to work with Alex this closely. You know, I was in my first company, and I got introduced to Alex, and who he was in that company is the same person he is today, just more personally developed. You know, it's incredible. But I remember, you know, how impressed I was, you know, watching him at an event, being around him, seeing the way that he led, seeing the way that people respected him. And so having him in this company, you know, is nothing that we should take for granted. Being able to access calls like this on a Sunday night once a week, where you have the likes of Dr. Spiller, Gary McSween, David Imonitie, Yvonne Tapia, Alex Morton, you know, Matthew Rosa, myself, you know, China Bethley, Christopher Terry, Jewel Tankard, you know, all these different leaders. It's honestly a complete blessing, and something that when people come to the company, they say, like, this is mentorship that I've never gotten before. And I'm sitting here, you know, just listening to the call, and I'm just thinking to myself how blessed we really are, guys. So I also feel extremely humbled and grateful to be here. That Chinese food bill is going to be real expensive for 1,200 people, but you know what? We'll make it work. And, you know, I am excited because what I want to talk about tonight is something that I grabbed from one of my mentors, an individual who has incredible results in our industry, in our profession. He's a success story machine. He's been concreted with the same company for a long time and really understands the simple formulas and just is able to break down, you know, what needs to be done to build big. And, you know, I did a call with about 500, it was about 400 leaders actually this afternoon in the Spanish market. And obviously I don't speak much Spanish, but, you know, we had a translator. And I talked about this topic, and I immediately said, this is what I'm going to talk about tonight, because I think everybody needs to hear this, okay? And I really think that when I was doing the teaching today, I needed to hear this. Again, even though I already knew it, I've already been taught it, I've already studied it, I needed to hear this one more time, and I'm excited to hear it again as I teach it also to you guys. And this is really the key, you know, to becoming a big leader, you know, because people want to follow people who they know can help them be elevated to higher heights, greater ground.
right? People want to be around people who are going to always push them up the ladder, not push them down the ladder. And so, I'm grateful to be teaching you guys this tonight, because I believe if we're all on the same page when it comes to duplication, it's game over. So check this out, okay? What I'm going to talk about are the 8 requirements, the 8 questions, or the 8 filters for duplication, of duplication. Look, I think that the word duplication gets undervalued quite often. People say, oh yeah, we need to have a duplicatable business. We look at the cash flow quadrant every day when we're presenting, and we see business owners, 4%. 95% of the people are business owners and investors, and they make up, 95% of the money. Stuff like that. We see that all the time, and we know that business owners leverage a system, and they do things that duplicate. But do we really understand what duplication really consists of? So I'm going to give you guys 8 things to think about, 8 questions that I'm going to raise, 8 things that might shift your entire career. Because for me, I do not operate without these 8 things in check. So number 1, you have to ask yourself, can the other person do what you just did? Okay, can the person on the other end do what you just did? Meaning, when you do a presentation, when you do a home event, when you do a 3-way call, when you share a concept, when you share a training, when you share a video, can the other person do what you just did? Okay? Because we should never be doing things that other people can't do. So this is where a lot of leaders get caught up, because they try to be the superstar, right? They've got to be the go-to person in their city, the go-to person in their market, the go-to person in their country, and they're not thinking about a lot of people doing one simple thing. They're thinking about one person doing a complicated, dynamic thing, and that's never going to duplicate. So if you're reaching plateaus in your business, I would believe that one of the things you're doing is, at least one of the things that you're doing is not duplicatable to the person on the other end. When you do that home meeting, are you presenting it in a way that's a little bit different from the PowerPoint, a little bit different from the way that most people present, thinking that your way is more powerful? Are you closing in a different way? Are you teaching Forex in a different way from Academy, IML TV, Swipe Trades, Web Analyzer? Are you implementing your own strategies? And can the other person do that? Can the other person teach that? So number 1, can I do what you just did, right? Can the other person do what you just taught them? That's number 1. Number 2, does that person have the time to do what you just did? Does the other person have time to do what you just did, right? If your presentation, I'm going to give you guys examples, but I want you to dissect what I tell you here into your own perception, into your own breakdown, okay? Does the other person, and thank you, Milson, for sharing these as we go, and I'm going to recap them at the end, so don't worry. But does the other person have the time to do what you just did? See, we got to remember that 95% of the people who do this business, 95% of the people that want to learn how to trade are doing it on a limited schedule. They're doing it with limited commitment. We can't get upset or confused when people quit the business, because it's ultimately on us. If we give them something that they say, do I have the time to do that? Oh yeah, I can do that. Can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. See, they're going to do it. But if we make trading so confusing, if we make business building so confusing, if we make the compensation plan more confusing than it needs to be, the presentations more confusing, right? More time than they need to be, then the other person's going to have a subconscious and maybe a conscious conversation with themselves and say, I can only give this an hour a day. There's no way that I can do this. There's no way that I could do a home meeting because I just don't have enough time. When you guys have your hotel events and you have your local meetings, Are your meetings 3 hours long? Because people are going to sit there and go, I can't do that. Crazy to think about, right? So number 2, do I have the time? Does the other person have the time to do what you just did? Number 3, are they willing to do what you just did? See, some people sacrifice so much. They're giving up so much. They're overdoing it so much that people on the other end are going, am I willing to do that? See, we travel a lot, right? We tour a lot. You got guys like Austin Godsey who are constantly touring, guys like Alex Morton who are constantly touring. But I believe, and look, it's important. If you're a chairman 50, 100, and you want to go to the next level, you have to have relationships. That's why we do it. So I'm not discrediting that. But I want you guys to think, is everybody going to be willing to do that? Now, if we were building a recruitment-based business, then touring might not be a good idea. But because we're building a customer-based business, and there's really about 200, 300, 400, 500 people seriously building, 1,000 people, 2,000 people seriously building, then yes, I do believe that that's okay. That's not detrimental. But is the other person willing to do? That's number 3. Is the other person willing to do what you're doing? Now, watch this. If you create an opportunity video, I'm letting all you guys know, and we have a brand new PowerPoint that we put the final touches on tonight. Qua Bowie is my savior, okay? This guy is my superhero. He's been working nonstop on the new PowerPoint. That thing is gonna be ready in the next 24 to 48 hours maximum. And I'm gonna record a 20-minute, 25-minute presentation. Now, I'm gonna have that done for you guys this week before I leave for tour. Because I know that the other person will have the time to share a quick link. Can they share? All right, watch this. Can they do what I just did? Can the other person share, okay? Can they share a video with someone? Yes. Does the other person have the time to watch a 20-minute video? Yes. And if someone doesn't have the time to watch a 20-minute video, you don't want them in your business anyway. Believe me when I tell you that. Is someone gonna be willing to share a video and then watch a video? Yes. Number 4, can a dud or someone at a new level do it to a stud or someone at a high level? So can a dud do it to a stud? Can someone at a beginner level do it to someone at an advanced level? Can somebody who has no business experience share a video with a lawyer, with an accountant, with a police officer, with a school teacher, a professor, with a pastor? Number 4, can a dud do it to a stud? Can somebody invite someone to their house, pull out the laptop, and show that person IML Academy, IML TV, swipe trades, harmonic scanner, web analyzer? Yes. Can the average person get on IML TV, find the schedule, plug in? Yes. So can the dud do it to a stud? Yes. Number 4. Number 5. Now this is where it gets real deep. And I'm talking right now, Chairman 500 talk. Okay, I'm talking big money talk here, legacy money stuff. Right now is where I'm going into the juice. Okay, and guys, don't worry about the numbers. I see people in the chat box. Just focus. If you miss something, I'm going to recap it all at the end. So don't worry. Just stick with me, because if you're chasing the last point, you're going to miss what I'm about to go through next. So just stay on the train with me. I got you. Okay, number 5. Will this work 4, 5, 6, 7 levels deep? Will this work 4, 5, 6, 7 levels deep? Now watch this. And I'm going to put something on the table right now. I don't want to offend anybody. I just have to ask the question. When I see certain leaders set up a trading chat for just their team, when I see people set up private meetings for just their team, when I see people who speak at every single event, on every single webinar, never give the baton to their leaders, I have to ask, will this work 4, 5, 6, 7 levels deep? And if your business is not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 100, 300 levels deep, then you're not doing duplicatable things. You're doing leadership things. You may be a great leader. You may be a great trader. You may be the best world class, but you're not doing what duplicates. And until you do what duplicates, you're never going to have true residual income. You're always going to have attrition in your business. You're always going to have people coming in the door and leaving. And it's because this is a duplication-based business. And if you cannot do what you're doing, if someone in Vietnam cannot do what you're doing to build a business, then you're not yet in a place of duplication. So number 5, will this work? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 levels deep. Okay? Number 6, here's where it gets juicy. I love this. It's getting juicy, okay? Number 6, will this work long distance? See, I observe that some teams and some leaders have great organizations, but it's in their city. It's in their country. And they're not building globally. Great example of someone who built locally and then built globally is my brother, who I'm 99% sure is on this call, Gary McSween. Okay? Gary, of all people, is, to me, one of the greatest examples of duplication and system-based business in our entire company. Okay? I truly mean that. There's 70,000 people in the company, and I'm talking about one dude right now, Gary Kurt McSween. Okay? It's the reason why he has a big result. Does what Gary does, does it work long distance? Yes, because Gary started this business in December of 2000, and I got to get this right, October of 2016, okay? October 9th, I believe, 8th or 9th of 2016, Gary started this business, and he asked me to get on a call, and I specifically remember he said, look, I want to know the system. I want to know what to do, and then I'm going to go build my business. And what he did started in a small little island in the bottom of the Caribbean where most people would have said, we don't have the economy to do this. We don't have the money to do this. The people are now too close-minded to do this. People are not going to want to trade in a small island of Trinidad. The internet's not good enough. The terrain's not good enough. People work too much. Gary said, I got this. Not only did he build an organization of Trinidad right now of thousands of people, but his organization is now spanned into the entire Caribbean, into Nigeria, South Africa, the United States. He's got, I mean, if you don't build, Gary's team's coming. I'm telling you right now. They're moving. He's launching a team right now in Brazil. Doesn't even speak Portuguese, okay? So you got to understand that what you do has to not only work in the local market, it has to work in the global market. See, you've got to have something that you're doing that not just works here, but it's got to work everywhere. And when you find that, it's game over. You put duplication in checkmate. Duplication becomes your servant, okay? That's when you don't even need to look at the back office anymore, when you're in real, true duplication mode, because what you're doing can work everywhere in the world, not just at your personal meetings, not just at your personal hotel events, not at your personal, Alex Morton's house. Everybody come here. Let's impress them. Lifestyle. Sign up. See, that only works at one address, one house. That doesn't work everywhere in the world. I don't have people come to my penthouse. I have a beautiful apartment on the beach in Miami. I don't have people come there. I don't have prospects come there. Why? It's an easy sign up, but it's not duplicatable. Meet me at Starbucks. Let's do the presentation one-on-one at Starbucks. Why? Because they're going to go in their mind and go, you know what? There's Starbucks and coffee shops all around the world, and I can duplicate it. So only do the things that duplicate. Don't do what works. Only do what someone else can do. Okay? Number 7. I'm getting fired up right now. I think you guys can tell. Will this work? Oh, this is big. I don't even know if you guys are ready for this. Will this work without you? This is the real moment for a lot of people. This is like the wake-up call. When you're dead sleep and somebody comes up and gives you a nice little smack, right? And you're like, whoa, I'm awake. I got this. This right here is the game changer. Will this work if you dropped off the face of the earth? If you lost your phone, if you lost Wi-Fi, if you wanted to take a 6-month vacation backpacking Asia, when you come back, what does your business look like? Powerful. And you know what? If you felt like, wow, I'd probably come back and I'd derank. I'd go P1000 to P150 for sure, then tonight is a life-changing moment for you, period. Because if people don't tell you this information, you'll never know that you're doing all the right things, but you're just missing that one little key principle to really, really think about how you can take yourself out of the center and the empire builds. See, great example, okay, of this is when Christopher Terry stopped doing his live sessions. See, we were so dependent on Chris being the only live trader in this company. See, a lot of you weren't even around for that part. When we had the harmonic scanner and Chris Terry's live sessions, and I know China, I see you on here. China, I know you were there for that. Yeah, for sure. And there's some OGs, some veterans here who remember. We literally would have Chris, our CEO, okay? The harmonic scanner, Chris Terry doing the London session, going to sleep for 3 hours, waking up and doing the New York session. Now we were hot, but it was not duplicatable. We had the CEO of the company doing 3 to 4 hours a day of live trading. He was exhausted. You couldn't get him on a 3-way call. You couldn't have him go do something CEO-like. He was just basically the trader. And without him, guess what? We were not in the place that we're at now. And I'll just leave it at that. All my people were making money for sure. But we had to take Chris out of the center. Because when Chris was not there and he was our only option, things were not good. So what we did was we took Chris out of the equation and we started building IML TV. And now we've got 60 plus educators, 200 hours a week of live education. One of our educators gets sick. One of our educators goes on vacation. One of our educators doesn't feel like educating anymore. Not a big deal. The wheel keeps spinning. IML Academy, recorded videos, accessible all around the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Guess what? The world keeps spinning. Web analyzer. There's not a person back there pressing buttons, buy this, buy that, sell this, sell that. Stephen Hooley created a system that can be duplicated to millions of people. And it creates an entry so that no human being shall be relied on. Harmonic scanner, same thing. Swipe trades, we have 6 traders there. One of them has a bad week, big deal. One of them has 2 bad weeks, big deal. No trader's perfect, but when they're hot, they're our best friend. And then when they're cold, oh my God, let's take so-and-so off the platform. Guys, guess what? See, duplication comes when you do things in a padded environment. When you when we only had Justin Adams on swipe trades, that wasn't duplicatable. Because if Justin got sick, Justin, God forbid, wanted to take a vacation, he'd have 25,000 people chasing him down in Bali with shotguns saying, where's my signals? Okay? So at the end of the day, we've got to do, nobody's going to chase you down, Justin. We love you, man. But the point is, I'm getting fired up. See, when you step in Alex Morton's house, the duplication is actually in the energy. I'm getting lit. I'm fired up, right? So check this out. Will this work without you? If you step away from your business today, will you have that business in a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now? That is the coming to reality moment that I think you need to have in order to go Chairman 10, Chairman 25, Chairman 50, Chairman 100. I love all of you to death, but I'm talking to some of you guys specifically on this call. You need to come to peace with letting go. You need to, listen to me one more time. You need to come to peace with letting go. Because some of you guys cannot let go. You still won't let your leaders do their own calls. You still won't let your leaders do the presentations. You still won't let your leaders step up and train people. You still won't let your leaders do their own 3-way calls. You're still not empowering people to go learn the presentation. You've got a big backpack and you're trying to fill it up with all this stuff, and now you know why you're stuck. P1000, P600, P2000, P5000. Our goal on these calls is not to hype you up. Our goal is to help you get massive breakthroughs every single Sunday. Will this work without you? That's the question you have to ask yourself if you want big results. Okay? Number 8. Will this work in 5 minutes? If what you do right now will not work in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 6 days, 6 months, 6 years, then stop doing it. I see and I look, I love it. I'm a victim of this as well. I go to these big events, right? 2,000 people, 1,000 people, 500 people. And everybody's jumping up and down and screaming and yelling and on and on and on and on. And that's maybe what gets people to join the business, right? That energy, that excitement, that hype. Now, this call we recorded, we're going to put it on YouTube. Will this work in 5 minutes? 100%. Will it work in 6 months? 100%. Will it work in a year? 100%. Because you should use this tool to say, hey, look, 2 of my mentors, Alex and Jason, did a great training. Yeah, it's an hour long, but I believe if you watch this, you'll be able to crush it at new levels. Because I believe you could literally watch this video once a week for the rest of your career, and you're going to keep winning. Will this work in 5 minutes? Yes. But does the temporary things that we're doing, now, are they useful? Yes. And I'm not saying don't go to events and get hyped up and excited. Nobody wants to sit in a boring classroom, right? What I'm saying is, if that's what we're using to build the business, then understand that your momentum is going to be temporary. And you're going to have another event 2 to 3 months later to regain that energy, to regain that momentum. So you're going to have to be dedicated to traveling or doing these big expensive events every 3 to 6 months in order to keep the flow in your market at an all-time high. But if you guys can focus on, yes, I'm going to recap, so don't worry, guys. I'm going to recap right now. If you can focus on teaching yourself to ask these 8 questions before you do anything, before you create a new video, before you put out your super fabulous, super duper duplication system that everybody has in the world, right? The best system ever. I got this new system. It's the greatest of all time. We have to ask ourselves these questions. Number 1, can someone else do what you just did? Like sharing a video, like sharing the 8 p.m. webinars, like sharing David Imonitie's Zoom blitzes. Everybody can do that. That's duplication. Doing a home event with the PowerPoint, that's duplication. Getting on IML TV, that's duplication. Somebody else can do that. Do I have the time? Number 2, do I have the time to do it? Do they have the time to do it? Are they willing to do 30 minutes to an hour of a video, of a presentation, of training on IML TV Academy, whatever it may be? Yes. Do they have the time to swipe trade? Yes. Are they willing to do it? Are they willing to do it? Number 3, are they willing to do it? Number 4, can a dud do it to a stud? Can somebody at a basic level do it to somebody at an advanced level? Can somebody at a basic level sit down at a coffee shop with somebody at an advanced level and show them our products? Yes. Can somebody at a basic level show somebody at a professional advanced level an opportunity video? Yes. Can somebody at a basic level invite somebody at a major level to an event? Yes. Duplication. Number 5, will this work 4, 5, 6, a million levels deep? Or will it only work for your personal enrollments? Will it only work for the people that you can talk to? Will it only work for the groups that you got your hands on? Because guess what, guys? At the end of the day, if you want a big business, you can't work with 5,000 people. It's impossible for me to know the 60,000 people on my team. Impossible. I work with about 500 people on a day-to-day basis, week-to-week basis. 500 out of 60,000. It's impossible for you to be that superstar go-to superhero. It's not possible. Nobody has a human being, capacity to do that, okay? Number 6, will this work long distance, or is it only going to work in your local market? Is what you're doing only good when you're there in that local market, or is it going to work around the world? Number 7, will this work without you? You take yourself out of the equation, does your team grow up or blow up? A serious, honest question, come to Jesus moment in the mirror tonight. You have to ask yourself before you go to sleep, what I've done from day 1 till now, if I were to remove myself from the situation, do we grow or do we explode? And I'm not talking about explode in a good way. I'm talking about, cannibalistic explosions, okay? Number 8, will this work in the future? Will this work in 5 minutes? Will this work in 6 hours? Will this work in 6 years? That's the question. And of course, guys, success is a game of adaptation, right? We have a new system coming out, and I'm super excited. Zach Hogan just finished up the Crypto Academy. Okay, so we're getting those videos uploaded, and he finished a Getting Started course. That's going to be the first course in IML Academy. Before Basics 1 through 4, it's 7 videos. You guys will see. I'm not going to hype it up, but when that comes, game over. Newest person signs up, go to the Getting Started course. That's it. They go to the Getting Started course, they're going to know exactly what to do, because I realize duplication is the key. So I asked Zach to put A, B, C, D, E, F, G together for me. It's done. It's coming. I'm praying that it's done and up in the back office this week. But guys, I am very excited about the things that we're doing now to go focus on duplication. And you've got to think now as a leader, if I want to go to the next level, I've got to only do what duplicates. I can't just do what's good for me. You could have the best social media in the game, but that only affects yourself, right? You could be the best recruiter in the world, but that's only you. And if you can't teach people to do what you're doing, you're never going to have a big business. You're going to have a direct sales business. And if you're going to do direct sales, you might as well go knock door to door, because this is a business where you can take advantage of residual income and team building. So with that being said, guys, we had a phenomenal call tonight. We got this done in exactly 1 hour, which is pretty impressive. Probably the first time Alex and I have ever done a training together that last 1 hour. It's, duplicatable though, so we can share this video. So at the end of the day, guys, we're going to get this video up on YouTube. Use this as a resource for the business. I don't know what happened, but this thing's frozen. And that's all, I think. Up.
It's just so much fire.
We broke Zoom. Lit.
No load.
All these people are fired up.
Oh, yeah. We'll just let it run its course. There we go.
Oh, they got to stare at us awkwardly for about 3 minutes.
All right. We love y'all. Let's go. That was fire. Duplication is the real deal. We'll see you guys at Chairman 10 very, very soon. Much love, and let's go.
Peace.